Hey there, all my crafty friends. My name is Tammy. This is Llamas Creations DIY. Today I am again joining in on the What Would You Make challenge, hosted by Zaina from OK at Home and Connie from Connie's Creations DIY. Their channel links, along with the playlist link, will be in my description box below. Please go and check everybody out and see what everyone made. Let's start crafting. So I'm starting out with these 3 cutout eggs that I just used a piece of plywood and drew them on with a pencil and cut them out with my jigsaw, sanded them all down really well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint one of them with this blue, one of them with pink, and one of them in this sheepskin chalk paint. I'm going to paint the back, the sides, and about an inch around the front. Now I went into my scrapbooking paper and found these 3 beautiful pieces of paper. 2 of them are very thick and the third one is quite thin, but they work out. Taking the egg, this one is a half egg, I'm going to flip it over and trace it onto the back, and then I'm going to cut it out with my scissors. Now, suggestion, make sure when you're tracing it onto the paper, you use the side that this is going to attach to, or it ends up being the wrong way, kind of. You'll see what I mean soon. Now, taking one of the papers that I cut out, look at an egg, I'm going to dip a clean paintbrush in some water, rub it along the edge, and then I tried to tear it and realized, no, this is really thick paper. So I did it again, and then I flipped it over and put some water on the back. And then using my fingers, I tear it off to give it a nice wispy edge. I do the same technique to all 3 of the scrapbooking papers. Now in the end, because of the way it all turns out and because I traced it on the wrong side and it goes on wonky, I wish I wouldn't have done this wispy edge, but if it would have done it the right way, then it would look awesome. Still looks good though. Now taking some Mod Podge, I'm going to put a nice layer on top of the egg. And then because this paper is super thick, I also put a layer on the back of the paper, lay it on top of the egg, and smooth it down with my hands. Now you see what I mean? The shape? That's because I use the other side to draw it. Yeah. Then taking my hand sander, I'm going to go along the edges where there's any paper overhanging and take those off. And then I just decide to go around all the edges to give it all the same cohesive look. And I do this to all 3 eggs as well. And make sure you wait until the Mod Podge is dry. Now taking this ribbon, I'm going to wrap it around the bottom, securing it with some hot glue. I love this ribbon. Last time I was at Dollarama, I made sure to pick up like 3 or 4 more rolls. I seen it and I snagged it because if you don't, then it's gone. Going to secure it with some hot glue, and then I found this, it's like kind of like rope with leaves on it, so I decided to add this on top of that nice lacy ribbon. Again, I just wrapped it around and secured it with some hot glue, and then taking that same lacy ribbon, I'm going to make a 2-loop finger bow, wrap it around my fingers, slip it through, fix it all up, separate the loops, and then I'm going to glue it just above that leafy lace there. And when you're done that, we're going to add them all together, adding some hot glue to the one side of the egg, standing them up, making sure they're all level, and then I glue this one down, and this stacking eggs is complete. I still like it even though the paper's all kind of wonky there. You can see that if I was to trace it the right way, it would have worked out. And I could have gone back and did it again, but then I wouldn't have that butterfly and that tree there on the paper, and I really wanted that part. But I still like them. I hope you like them too. Next project. I'm using this, it's about a 1/4 inch veneer, I believe it's what it's called. It's not very thick, and when you cut it, it can splinter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw on bunny ears, a head, and part of his body. And then I'm going to draw on a carrot. Then I'm going to take it over, use my jigsaw, cut it out, And then I used my sander and sanded it all down, my big sander. And then I also cut out some pieces. It's only supposed to be 2 smaller ones and 1 longer one, but I had 2 longer ones on the floor and I couldn't remember which one was which, so I brought them both over. And then because they were still a little bit rough, I just went over all the little edges and spots where the big sander couldn't get with my hand sander. Now, trying to figure out what piece I'm supposed to be using, I line it up on the bottom, mark the ends, and then taking the 2 sides, I'm going to dry fit to make sure that it looks good. And then using Gorilla Glue, little bits of Gorilla Glue in a couple spots, and some hot glue in the other spots, I'm going to glue the 2 sides down onto the bunny. I do the same thing for the other side. Then taking some popsicle sticks, I'm going to cut off the end, line it up onto the bottom, take my pencil, draw where I need to cut it with my scissors, and then again with some Gorilla Glue and some hot glue, I'm going to attach them all to the bottom of this little crate we're making. Little planter box, I guess. And I do this all the way down. I believe I used 4 popsicle sticks. Then I add some extra hot glue for security. If you hear any noises in the background, my kids are home for March break. This is when I'm doing the recording, so you might hear them once in a while. Now taking the front piece, and I'm like, oh, maybe if we try it again. Okay, let's try the other one. Yeah. For some reason, neither one of them fit. So I came up with an idea. So let's attach the front piece on with some Gorilla Glue and hot glue. Glue it into place. And then I went into my stash and found this little square dowel. I'm going to line it up onto the side with my pencil. Draw a line where I need to cut. And just with my scissors, I cut them. And I do the same thing for both sides. Then, using my hand sander, I'm going to sand the ends that I cut. And again, using Gorilla Glue and my hot glue, I put it on 2 of the sides and I secure them into place on the corners. Like I said, if you hear noises in the background, my kids are home for March break and 2 of them had just come downstairs. Now taking some sheepskin folk art chalk paint, I'm going to paint the entire bunny in the box with this color. And I go down about 1.5 inches into the box, just in case you could see it. I do the front, the back, and all the sides all around. Then we're going to paint the carrot orange. The entire carrot. Don't need to do the back because you won't see it. And then I take some brown and I just dry brush it across the orange while it's still wet to give it distressing. And then I also dry brush that same brown just from the inside of the bunny and then across the box just to give it a little more definition and character, a little more texture. Taking some pink, I'm going to make the little pink parts of her ears. And then I make her cute little pink nose. Basically, I just drew an upside down heart. Then I got some more items from Totally Dazzled, and these are absolutely gorgeous. It's funny, they emailed me asking me if I needed anything, which is super awesome, and I said, no, I'm good. But then I went and looked at these appliques. They were brand new because I said, go check these out. I said, but your appliques are really, really gorgeous. Okay, we'll send you some. Just like that. I didn't need any. We'll send you some. And they sent me all these. So I picked one out, took it out of the package, and I'm trying to make sure, see how it is. And they come with a little sticky, 2 sticky thing there on the back. Place it into place around his neck. And then those little 2 pieces were just a little bit too long. So I cut those out and thought, hey, I'm going to use these for his eyes. Or her eyes, I guess. And I use those 2 little round pieces for her eyes. Then, now we're going to glue on the greenery to our apple. No, it's not an apple. That's a carrot. Holy jeez. Just using some hot glue, I'm going to glue onto the greenery. And then add some hot glue on top and put it aside to set. taking some fluorofoam, I'm going to cut it down to the size that I need for inside this box. Just using a knife. That's actually a steak knife. Hot gluing it down into place. And then these pretty pink flowers, they're like a purpley pink. I don't know what they're called. I'm going to take 3 of those, cut them off super, like as low as I can to get them in there. And then I'm going to fill in the rest with these pretty pink ones. I think they're hydrangeas, I think is what they're called. I could be wrong. These ones anyways. Fill it in with the pink flowers. And then we're going to glue the carrot on with Gorilla Glue and some hot glue. And then, taking this pretty pink lace, I really like it. I make a single finger bow, fix it all in, glue it to the side of her ear, cut off the tails, and when that is situated, you're done. I love it. She is super cute. My inspiration off of Pinterest does not look like this at all, but that's what it is, right? You take an inspiration and go about it yourself and do it your own way. I love it. And I hope you like it too. She's got some bling going on, some bling going on. I would like to thank Zaina and Connie for hosting this challenge. I always enjoy making items with wood. If you are new to my channel, I sure do hope that you subscribe, like this video, and don't forget that little bell so you know when I'm always uploading. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. I truly appreciate that you always come back. I hope everyone has a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you again next time. Bye.